Hello there, my name is Amber. I am from the New York City area and I'm an event planner. Over the years, I've planned several events within alternative groups, as well as an administrator for several groups on Facebook and other places on the internet, namely Japanese street fashion, where I've done many things as far as speaking on panels at conventions about Japanese street fashion, coordinating parties and events within the New York City area for people who are into alternative styles like that. And more recently, I've been more of a party planner professionally. I'm coming to the Indiegogo community to ask for some support for an upcoming event. I am planning a cultural and historical retreat to New Orleans at the end of May. Yes, I know, the event is coming up very fast. And so this event that I'm planning for May is a historical cultural retreat that kind of encompasses ultra feminine fashions like in Japanese street fashion or in cottagecore and other ultra feminine genres like that, particularly for people within the African diaspora or people of color who are dark skinned. One of the many experiences I've had growing up, especially being into alternative styles like this, is that there is a narrative that Black women or Black femmes can't be soft, that there is a stereotype that we are rough, that we are man-like, among other things. And with society's tendency to push Eurocentric beauty standards and expectations onto Black people, onto Black women especially, oftentimes our creativity can be stifled. And so in alternative spaces like this, people who are Black or who are dark skinned, who may not find a home within the overall subculture groups, and they need little spaces and little communities in which they can share their experiences, be able to know how to get motivation and inspiration being alternative and also being Black or being dark skinned. Really, the importance of this retreat is to provide a safe space for this really niche group of Black feminists to be able to gather together, to be able to embrace each other in kinship, and to be able to also learn about Black history in a place like New Orleans. One of the things that inspired me to plan this event, this retreat, is the COVID-19 pandemic. I think what the world had exhibited during that time, the increase of Black deaths, the Black Lives Matter movements and protests, there was an overwhelming amount of trauma that was being experienced like never before with our generation. And for those of us who seek outlets through our fashion styles or through music or whatever the case may be, unfortunately, the truth of the matter is that we could not exactly find the safe space that we needed. We didn't really find the community that we needed, the support that we needed throughout what we were experiencing. And so after experiencing that and also volunteering my time, trying to fundraise for different nonprofits and things like that through our virtual events that we've had throughout the pandemic, I made it a very strong point to plan a trip or some kind of gathering where we would be able to make this safe space for ourselves, this space of rest and healing, of spiritual or holistic transformation from the things that we learn and the things that we embrace from our ancestors. New Orleans is known as one of the most cultured places in the United States, a place that is so distinct as far as regional culture, regional cuisine. So much of our music, including jazz and all the associated music genres, came from New Orleans and the American South. New Orleans is also a place that's rich in history, particularly in colonial history, and it bears a lot of, it still carries the spirit of Black Americans that lived back during slavery. I wanted to kind of be able to indulge in all these different things and be able to observe them and learn about them as a group. And so the reason why I'm reaching out to Indiegogo and associated communities that we're a part of is to be able to fund some of the expenses towards making the trip a phenomenal experience for everybody. One of my first primary baseline goals is to be able to take some of the financial burden off of the experiences such as activities, group transportation, etc. off of my attendees. Currently, we have about 20 gorgeous girls and femmes attending this retreat, and hotels are set and flights are made and all that is good. So the cost of our activities, which includes historical tours for the 4 days that we'll be there, it includes going to the Whitney Plantation as a group, and then also going to the bayou to learn about African Maroons who used to live in swamp areas and have camps and stuff like that. We're learning about root work and the art of tea. And we even have a special fashion guest, Samantha Ray, who is of Project Runway fame, who will be coming as well to reveal a special capsule collection for us, soon to be revealed publicly. We have a pretty decent program that I have created, and so the cost of these activities, including group transportation, is almost $2,500. My wish is to be able to get all of that covered for my attendees, so that that's one less thing to worry about as they're preparing for their trip for next month. And then we have 2 stretch goals. So one of the stretch goals is to be able to financially assist people who may be wanting to come last minute, but of course with flight prices going up and different things like that, hotel prices are also going up as well. We want to be able to help them make it. So to be able to cover them for their activity fees, and then to help a bit, whether it's with transportation or with hotel accommodations. And then our second stretch goal is to have a public event in New Orleans. One of my larger tier dreams, I guess you could say, is to have a public event that's ticketed, to be able to display Samantha Ray's work in publicly, so people not only within our retreat group can come, but also people within the New Orleans community, the fashion community, the alternative community can come and see her work. And then also to just have a good time. We will also have other vendors that we'll be working with, from tea professionals to wine professionals, and we just want to have a great time together, where we're able to dress up and take photos and really reflect on the things that we learned throughout the weekend. And so while the stretch goals are secondary, in total we would need about $5,000 to be able to cover everything. We would be able to secure our venue, we would be able to get deposits down for food and beverage, and also be able to really just do a lot of confirmations that we need. And the campaign won't be long at all. There is not much to offer as far as, compensation or a gift. All I can say is thank you. For certain tiers that will be offered, there will be gifts, as far as from local, as far as souvenirs, as far as different local businesses, non-perishables, for you to try in exchange for helping us achieve this goal. Also, if you want to follow us on our journey, you can always follow us on Black Lolita Community. You'll be able to walk through with us our experience on our social media. And at the end, I'll also make a guide for anybody else who would like to experience historical New Orleans as well. Of course, I will elaborate even further down in the description below as far as our risks and challenges and everything like that. Please give them a review. So whatever you can give, whatever you feel that you can give, we would appreciate it. Every dollar counts. So thank you so much for listening to my message, and help us succeed with this goal. Thank you.